There are people who want what you have. There should be a reason. You should have personal conviction about a fragrance before you buy it. Another person talks about a fragrance, it goes on your wish list. Please don't allow people get you into trouble. The guy who has a wife at home or a babe, but he's constantly on Instagram or he's still on dating apps, constantly looking for something. What are you looking for? No, really, ask yourself that question. What are you looking for? There's always going to be somebody who has more than you, who is bigger than you, who is richer than you, who is finer than you. The only person you should be comparing yourself to is yourself. My people, welcome back to my channel. And if it's your first time seeing my face, then salutations. My name is Priscilla, aka Prissy, aka Cece, aka Ela, aka Stella, aka Miss Prissy baby. And I make videos to help you smell good, look good, and feel good. So if that's something you're interested in, then please consider subscribing, like this video, and let's get right into the video of today. So I want to start off by saying a massive thank you for clicking on this video. If you've not already subscribed to this channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. It's absolutely free of charge. It helps me, it helps you to stay entertained. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button and become part of the family. In today's video, I will be talking about telltale signs to know whether you're happy or content with your fragrance collection. Now, we all own different numbers of perfumes, and whatever the number is for you, for me, you know, that's not the topic of discussion today. It's more about, are you content or happy with your current fragrance collection, whether it be 250, 365. Now, contentment does not necessarily mean that you do not desire anything new. It just basically means that, you know, it's the realization of what you have, being thankful for what you have, and being patient for what is to come. So you are looking forward to something, however, you're happy with what you have and where you are currently with your fragrance collection. Now, what we must all realize is that the perfumers are not going to stop. Something new is going to be released every day. The perfumers are not going to stop. The ads are not going to stop. The marketing is not going to stop. The campaigns are not going to stop. The email notifications are not going to stop. The only person that can stop is you. You're the only one who can really stop yourself from wanting or buying new fragrances. And I just want to help you take that power back, because I think a lot of us have given our powers to Fragrantica, we've given our powers to marketing emails, we've given our powers to YouTube reviewers, and really a stranger who you've met on the internet, just like myself, really should not be controlling how happy you are or content with your fragrance collection. You need to be happy and at peace with what you have. Now, the good thing is I will be telling you the telltale signs, and I will be telling you how to adjust your attitude to become more content with your fragrance collection. So if you're interested to know what these telltale signs are, without further ado, let's get right into the video. First telltale sign is that you are endlessly browsing for fragrances. Like,
if you spend all day on your phone, so do I. It's called emotional support.
And this is not that, you know, once in a while you check out, oh, what's new, you know. It's about, like, to the point where it has become a bookmark. As soon as you open your Safari or you open your browser, it has become, before you even type it, they're automatically bringing it up for you, because that's how much you browse for fragrances. Like, in your spare time, that is literally what you do. It just means you're not content with the fragrance collection that you already have, you know, because you're always looking for something new. You know, just think about it. A guy who has a wife at home or a babe, but he's constantly on Instagram or he's still on dating apps, constantly looking for something. What are you looking for? No, really, ask yourself that question. What are you looking for? Because what you're looking for, you're going to find it. And I'm not trying to judge you. Like, we are all on this table. I'm on the table with you as well. I had to, like, pull myself back and be like, Priscilla, you're always browsing for fragrances. And it's a clear sign that maybe you're not happy with what you already have. Now, it might also be that you don't even realize that you're always browsing for fragrances. Or the way to adjust that behavior is to find other things to do with your phone in your spare time. You can play games, you can listen to podcasts, audiobooks, find something else to replace that time that you spend browsing for fragrances. I move on. Second sign that you may not be content with your current fragrance collection is that as you are buying one fragrance, you're already thinking about the next. And I was so guilty of this for a very long time. As I'm buying something, rather than just enjoy the moment, breathe, celebrate the fact that I have just ticked something off my wish list, I'm already thinking, okay, what next? What's next on the wish list? So I need to get something. I think it's important that we just hone in and spend more time, you know, enjoying the fact that you've ticked something off your bucket list. If you're constantly ticking things off or buying something, and then rather than just spending time with what you've just bought and enjoying that, you're thinking of the next thing, it can steal your peace. And you know, your peace of mind is very, very much linked to contentment. When you're a content person, to an extent you'll be at peace. So because those two things are tied, you know, there's a saying that, you know, a harvest of peace is produced from a seed of contentment. Just don't ruin that moment for yourself that you bought, you know, something that you've been wanting on your wish list by thinking about the next. Breathe. The next fragrance will take care of itself when we get there, but in that moment it should be about that moment. So the third sign that you may not be content or happy with your current collection is that you enjoy the thrill of buying more than you actually enjoy your fragrances. Now I would explain that. Just think about it for a moment. When you're looking forward to buying a fragrance, so it's still on your wish list, and when it arrives at your door, versus when you eventually own it for like a month, a week, or 2 months, which one gives you more adrenaline? Which gets your adrenaline pumping more? Most often the answer would be when you were looking forward to that fragrance arriving. But if we can adjust our behaviors to make it the other way around, or at least to balance both, where the same level of excitement, and I know this is a difficult ask, but this will make you more content with your collection. The same excitement that you had before a fragrance arrived, it should be like that. You should look at that fragrance when you eventually own it and be as excited. And if you're not as excited, maybe that fragrance is not for you. Maybe it's not a fragrance that you actually like, and maybe it needs to go. So you have to be able to enjoy the fragrance, the product, as much as you enjoy the thrill of buying it. The next sign that you are not content or happy with your fragrance collection, and this one, oh my goodness, my heart goes out to fragrances, is that you do not wear the fragrances that you own. Like, you do not wear the fragrances that you own. It means you may not be happy with it, and it's even worse when you only wear a fragrance because somebody has talked about it. Are you content? Or is it you're waiting for somebody to talk about a fragrance before you wear it, even when you already own it? That needs to be checked.
5 minutes later.
Sorry guys, that was the postman. I think that's my iPhone that has just arrived. Okay, I don't even know where I was, but
1 eternity later.
I was talking about the fact that you don't wear your fragrances, and sometimes you even have to wait for somebody to talk about it before you wear it, and that just goes to show that you may not be happy or content with your fragrance collection. The next sign that you may not be content or happy with your fragrance collection is that you're constantly comparing your fragrance collection to others. A very important saying that I live by is that comparison is a thief of joy. As soon as you start comparing yourself to people, it will steal some of your joy. And that's because there's always going to be somebody who has more than you, who is bigger than you, who is richer than you, who is finer than you. The only person you should be comparing yourself to is yourself, your yesterday self, your last year self, your 2020 self. You know, that is who you should be comparing yourself to, not to somebody else, because we all have our own abilities and inabilities. And when it comes to fragrances, we all have different, you know, there are some people who have far more or less responsibilities, who are going to be able to afford more fragrances than you, more expensive, less expensive. There are people who want what you have. So be thankful for what you have, be grateful for what you have, and no matter what number of fragrances you have, you should really be thankful that you have fragrances anyways, because it is a luxury. Another sign that you may not be content or happy with your current fragrance collection is that you find yourself buying new fragrances without even thinking about them. So you buy fragrances before you think. I think it's important that you pick apart any fragrance that you want to buy before you buy it. A quick pros and cons list of any fragrance will really help you to know if you should be buying that fragrance. So if you're the type of person who clicks purchase, buy before you think about your fragrances, what would happen is that you would eventually have a large collection of fragrances you may not like, and because of that you may end up not being content or happy with your fragrance collection. So it's important that you think about your purchases before you buy them. Another way to be able to do that is to have a wish list, and on that wish list there should be a strong reason for why every fragrance is on your wish list. Like, there should be a reason. You should have personal conviction about a fragrance before you buy it. And then following on from that point, the last point is that your wish list is all over the place. It's endless. That's a very big sign that you may not be happy or content with your fragrance collection. You find that, oh, somebody talks about a particular fragrance, it goes on your wish list. Another person talks about a fragrance, it goes on your wish list. Please don't allow people get you into trouble. Do not allow people get you into trouble. Like strangers like myself on the internet, I should not be, I'm not saying but I'm using myself as an example. Because I talked about a fragrance, it's not a strong enough reason for you to own that fragrance. There should be, I'm not saying that, fragrance reviewers should not influence your purchases. However, that should not be the only reason that a fragrance should be on your wish list. There should be other reasons, like you like it, or it's in your scent family or scent profile. It's a scent profile that you like. There should be other reasons, basically. I just think that if your wish list is all over the place, you're going to end up buying things, trying things, and when they arrive, you're not going to like them. And at the end of the day, you're going to end up having a fragrance collection that you're not very happy with. So yeah, those are the telltale signs that I wanted to share with you guys. Remember that you do not have to own everything. It's okay to not own everything. I don't even know if we can afford everything anyways, and I don't know if owning everything would ever fill certain voids that we have as human beings. So I think there are other things that should fill those voids. Fragrances cannot replace love. Fragrances cannot replace family. Fragrances cannot replace relationships. Fragrances cannot replace health. There are some fundamental things that need to be sorted, and fragrance is just an add-on. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've learned a few things. I hope you've picked up a few things. Go ahead and let me know in the comment section what your thoughts are on this topic. And is there ever a point that we get to for us to know that we're happy with our fragrance collection? I'd love to hear from you. Also, go ahead and do all of that good stuff, guys. Like, share, and subscribe. Guys, please like, please share, please subscribe. And until I see you again in my next video, because I look forward to seeing you again in my next video, stay beautiful, stay blessed. Hi and bye.
Few moments later.
I said I'm in love with you, and I'ma give you everything you want, and I'ma give you anything.